Hi, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome back for those of you who are returning. You are here with the Enterprise. Buckle your seatbelt and let's get into this guidance, this insight. Let's take this voyage together, okay? So, we see that you guys have abundance coming in for you, swirling around you. Your energy is abundant. Let's find out more about this abundance. Yeah? Your abundance in your masculine and your feminine and how you're balancing it out. You're abundant because you're able to balance out your light and your dark. You're abundant because many of you have now released yourself from distorted feminine energy. Whether this is you being connected to a distorted feminine or you having distorted feminine energy within self. Remember, we all have masculine and feminine. So you could be displaying distorted feminine energy. And what is a distorted feminine energy? Whenever we think of distorted feminine energy, or I should say, I see Queen of Cups in reverse. Someone who is emotionally unbalanced, emotionally manipulative, all over the place when it comes to their emotions, sometimes not even speaking their emotions, like holding back, using emotions as a weapon, weaponizing your emotions, okay? So some of you are recognizing what distorted feminine energy is, and you're now knowing, for some of you, that this is not an energy you want to be in and or connected to. You're finding more balance within self for some of you, within your connections, and or within your connections for other of you, because it could be both. You're seeing that your masculine and your feminine need more balance, and many of you have done the inner work to do this, and this is what's bringing in the abundance. More balanced energy, more balanced connections makes you feel abundance, because remember, abundance isn't just about money or material gain. It's also about the connections you have, especially with love here. And love comes in different forms. It could be philos love, agape love, love that's of a familiar sense with your animals, love of knowing that you're connected to everything within this earth. So the plants, the trees, the animals, the insects, there is a vibration of love that you can exude to every form, to every life form. But for many of you, this is definitely about the connections and feeling abundant within those connections. Whether this is family, friends, business, there's an essence of a love vibration that's here. And this love vibration is bringing in abundance. Before I started this reading, I heard taking out the trash. So however this relates to you, some of you may actually need to take out the trash. But I get that this is also on a spiritual aspect, that some of you are spiritually clearing out any clutter, anything that isn't bringing forth that energy of abundance, making you feel abundant. Taking out the trash, garbage out, so that you can clear that space and bring in more abundance, more love, more balance. Putting the distorted feminine energy in the trash. Now that's not physically, but you know what I mean. Clearing out that space, okay? What do you have for this message? What do you have for this? I felt this one. Yep. This is bringing in the self-mastery. Knowing what does not benefit you. No more garbage in so that you're not having garbage out. And when I say garbage in, this could be things that you've been programmed to, things that have been since you were a child, garbage in, things that don't benefit your soul's purpose, things that don't elevate you. Garbage in could be a multitude of things, mindsets like you're not worthy of abundance. You're not worthy of love. Nobody's ever going to love you. Whatever it is, that garbage that was sown into you as a child, for some of you as adults, for some of you because of relationships, like, the partnerships you've been in, right? You're taking the trash out, garbage out. The garbage that came in, that's been programmed, it's now, instead of coming out of your thoughts and your mouth now, you're taking that garbage out. You're clearing the space, clearing your consciousness, clearing your subconscious that may have been programmed of anything. And now that space is clear, it allows for more abundance to come in. It allows for more of a love vibration to come in. It allows for you to feel more balance within self. And for some of you, it's allowing you did this by going within, taking the time to retreat to self. If you haven't, then this is what you're being encouraged to do that could assist you with ushering in more abundance. Some of you may actually physically want to visit a retreat of whatever sort, whether this is a like holistic, I heard holistic retreat where you're learning about herbs, learning about breath work, learning about meditation, or just a retreat to have a vacation, a sabbatical from the day to day, right? And just being in a different environment. And it could be a staycation where you're not actually even leaving your city, but you take a hotel for a weekend and just don't bring work with you. Don't bring certain mindsets. Set the intention to clear the energy and clear certain mindsets to take the trash out. You hear? What do you have for this message, please? Some of you may visit a retreat somewhere where there's mountains. That is so many. Somewhere where there's mountains, I'm saying. I'm also hearing Mount Shasta. That's an actual place where it's considered to be very, let's just say, from what I've read, because I haven't been there myself as yet, very mystical things occur in the energy around Mount Shasta. Okay? What do you have for this message? Anything else? What do you have for this message? Thank you. Okay. It's funny to see this card. I looked at this card during the pre-shuffle and I said, I've never seen this card come out of the deck in any of my readings. And, well, look what came out today. It's card number 31. It says the Sweeping Sister Willow. And because I've never actually pulled this card, I am going to see what this is all about. It's also funny that it's 30 and 31, so things are moving in order for many of you. But the Sweeping Sisters Willow is about gently, this energy is gently bringing you healing for forgiveness and releasing of old pain now. So it's like the trash is out. Any hurt that you've experienced when it comes to love, any hurt that you've experienced when it comes to being connected to a distorted feminine energy for some of you, you're now having this energy with the sisters of the, and it's funny that it's the sister. So some of you, this distorted feminine could have been a sister of yours or someone you considered a sister. But this is also just speaking of this healing that's coming in as you're taking the trash out, it now it now allows room for this healing, for forgiveness, and the releasing of old pain to come forth. Your time for greater inner freedom is dawning, and the cleansing of sadness and the healing of forgiveness is the pathway to that greater freedom now. You deserve this freedom, and you are swiftly becoming ready to gift it to yourself. Forgiveness is a way to raise your vibration by shedding old energies that drain you and prevent you from having all the power available to you now. So this is about that, taking the trash out. Many of you are just taking out anything that's been stuck, stagnant, mildewing within you, within your heart space, around love, around partnerships, around being connected or being a distorted feminine. Take it as it resonates. And with card number 30, it's like you're now, after having taken out the trash and filling that space with forgiveness, you're now creating, this is the spin the silk and thread divine. So it's like you're taking silk, which is a very fine material, and you're now weaving together a cycle, a pattern that you would like to experience. Many of you are coming into this new cycle by releasing vows you made from this and or other lifetimes. You're releasing emotional patterns, and you're calling in wisdom and talents from past lives for many of you. And you're being guided to accept this healing that's coming forth as you're taking the trash out. It's like your past is calling to you, but it's calling you to clear those things out, to be released, so that the beauty and the power of the past can be claimed in the present moment. So releasing the hurt of the past so that you can tap into those gifts that you received, for some of you, in past lifetimes. And then we have, wow, that's a lot. Okay. We have the Bristol pine cone. And it's funny, I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but there's literally a garbage truck going down the street taking the trash out, okay? So that's like confirmation, okay? But we have the Bristol pine cone here, and this speaks of your persistence. Having the energy of persistence, even though things have gotten distorted, you're being persistent in continuing the process to clearing out, taking out the trash, and then filling that space and creating something new and better. You're taking the time to consider, for some of you, with the horse chestnut here, everything that has occurred. And this consideration is allowing you to see what needs to be taken out and what you can actually use that's valuable to you. Especially with the Eastern Cottonwood here when it comes to connections. This is all about your connections to every living thing. As I said earlier, the birds, the bees, the trees, the plants, the mountains, the ocean, people, places, and things. But more with an emphasis that I'm getting when it comes to partnerships. Love, and we had that come out here. Connections that make you feel more abundant. Showing appreciation for connections that do make you feel abundant. This is a part of the self-mastery for many of you. You're now creating spaces within self and in your home and in nature. Take it as it resonates for you. Some of you are doing all three, but some of you are finding this place of sanctity where you're able to just sit and feel the abundance around you. A cool breeze, a space outside under a tree where you can connect with nature. A space in your home where you're able to meditate and allow thoughts and energy to flow freely to you. And a place even within self where you can find the inner peace. And then some of you are creating sanctity with others, relationships that make you feel abundant within your connection. And this, with the giant redwood here, if you look at how big this tree, this is about seeing the bigger picture, realizing that there is more to life than the day-to-day. It's about the majesticness of things. How you're able to feel, see, and know the abundance of life. Because we have ups and downs, but still being able to see that things that seem so big, if you step back and find the abundance in that present moment as to why things are happening, they can become that minute and small. But the magic that's swirling around you in this energy of abundance, in this energy of self-mastery, it's huge, baby. What do you have for this message? Some of you, your connections are shifting. Some of you are shifting. This is not going to resonate for everyone. This is the kind of stuff I'm probably going to start putting on Patreon. But some of you actually, in the astral realms, in the spiritual realms, in those moments when you're in meditation, you're able to literally shift your mind. Some of you are recognizing the energy of shapeshifters. Some of you may not be aware of this. It's not something I'm going into on YouTube. So for the surface layer, many of you are able to shift your perception around abundance, around love, around your connections. I will do this though. I will read you what the actual shapeshifter speaks of. Shapeshifter with perspective. To understand a troubling situation in your life, see things from a totally different perspective. Shapeshifting helps you do this by taking on the qualities of a powerful animal. And so in shamanic traditions, a shaman will go into a trance meditative state and literally be able to tap in to the consciousness of certain animals, people, trees, elemental forces. Some of you recognize that you have this as a skill or ability. That's what I was going to say about being a shapeshifter, okay? By taking on these qualities of a power animal, you will see or hear what is being conveyed with clarity. Choose an animal that suits your current needs, such as a lion for strength, a dove for peace, a wolf for protection, or a raven to understand the bigger picture. And we just spoke about seeing the bigger picture. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and focus on the animal's characteristics. Breathe them into your very being. As you continue, you will become one with your animal and be taken on a visual journey. At first, you may find it unsettling to feel the body and characteristics of the animal you have become. But do not fear. The insight and perspective of this animal will be of great benefit. A smooth transformation back into your own mind and body is assured. An understanding of how to resolve your dilemma will stay with you. The Epic of Gilgamesh, the Iliad, Norse sagas, and Celtic legends describe the metamorphosis from a deity or human into an animal for the purpose of employing its physical and sensory talents. This comes from a time when the relationship between animals and shaman were intrinsic of life. Modern examples of shapeshifting could be found in the X-Men, Twilight, and of course Harry Potter. But all in all, this is saying listen to and observe your thoughts carefully. List all the positive attributes about yourself and the world around you. See, this is about tapping into that abundant mindset. What's positive in your world? What things do you love? Change your negative words into positive words. Be free with your compliments. Be free with your gratitude. Be free with your praise. What you deem as right, it may not be so for another. But your journey is your journey, and theirs is theirs. So freely be you, okay? What do you have for this message? What do you have for this message? Anything else? No? Yep, it's funny. Hasta la vista, baby. Again, saying goodbye. Taking out the trash. Hasta la vista to anything that felt like a nasty knot. Anything that felt like you were tied up. Anything that made you feel like you had a knot in your gut, in your stomach, and you know they say the stomach is like a second brain. So anything that had your mind feeling like it was tied up or in a knot, it's like hasta la vista, baby. But I am going to go just a bit deeper and find out what is this nasty knot for you. Show us nasty knot for the collective. Why is this here? Nasty knot. Why is nasty knot here for the collective? What is it they're saying goodbye to? Okay. And we have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. So many of you are saying bye to not owning your life. You're saying nasty knot to waiting. You're not waiting for things that make you abundant. You're taking the bull by the hands and you're going after what makes you feel abundant in relationships, what makes you feel abundant in life, what makes you feel abundant in love. Yep. You're making a decision to stand in your truth, to be in your truth, and go after the abundance. This is your cycle of abundance. And that's why the nasty knot is here. It's like you're not waiting around for someone else to make you happy. You're not waiting around for a job to give you a raise. You're implementing strategies, taking the initiative. No more waiting, making the decision to go after what makes your soul feel abundant. Going after what makes your soul feel like it's standing in its truth. We had the Three of Wands come out, the Judgment, the Ace of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. That's the nasty knot. It's like no more waiting. I don't wait for abundance. I go in and I create the abundance. You are a co-creator with the universe, right? You're a co-creator and you can make this magic carpet ride as wonderful as you want. That'll take you anywhere you want. If you got a magic carpet, sweetie, you could travel all over the world, right? Make your dance. Do your happy dance. Go anywhere you want with Bunny Hop Jive here. Be the superhero of your story. No more waiting around. Waiting for what? For who? For why? Yeah, there's a time to be patient, but then there's also a time to just say goodbye and keep it pushing. And that's what many of you are doing. If a connection isn't abundant, it doesn't feel abundant, it doesn't feel balanced. It's like, why? And then many of you have done the inner work to balance out within self. Masculine, feminine, light, dark, loving yourself, feeling more abundant with who you are, coming into this energy of self-mastery. What do you have for this message? Putting on that cape and saving yourself. What do you have for this message, please? What do you have for this message? Okay, last time. What do you have for this message? Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Many of you are manifesting dreams. No more waiting. Waiting for what? Waiting for abundance? But I'm a co-creator. I have the ability to manifest. Manifest the things I dream of and actually be accepting of myself. Accepting that even the things that look like nasty knots, I'm learning from them. Accepting that my mind, my thoughts, my words, my action created that scenario. But in this present moment, I can be the superhero of my life and manifest better. So where I am now is where I am now. But where do I want to be? And you take this present moment to focus on the self-mastery and balancing out this present moment so that you are able to manifest your dreams. Right? No more stuck in the past. We took the trash out on that. What do you have for this message, please? What do you have for this message? What do you have for this message? Thank you. At the bottom of the deck, we have Harvest with Jera. And it's like many of you are in this phase of graduating from that. From being in distorted feminine energy, from being connected to a distorted feminine energy. Taking time to self, taking whatever break you need. Untying yourself. And now moving into this energy of joy. Yep, joy and feeling like home. We have the Berkana and the Wunjo rune here. And Berkana is all about connection, again, with home. It's about where you feel at home, where you feel peace, where do you feel joy, where do you feel like you can just dance, even with two left feet, and just enjoy life. Where are you enjoying the dance of life, the ebbs and flows of life, and able to find balance and peace in that moment? Many of you are recognizing what connections don't bring you joy, don't bring you peace, where you feel at home. What do you have for this message, please? And you're weaving something else together. Because you're now ready to express your feelings now, for many of you, when it comes to love, connections. When it comes to balancing yourself out, you want to keep your throat chakra balanced by expressing your feelings. Keeping your heart chakra balanced as well by expressing it, instead of having it all tied up in a knot. Your throat chakra because you can't speak, nasty knot here. Your heart because you won't express your feelings. Many of you recognize now that, like, you just want to be yourself. You just want to be yourself. You're learning from your mistakes. Letting go of ego now. Not blaming anyone else, recognizing that, yo, where I am in this present moment, I'm here because of my thoughts, my actions, my words. You recognize now that like attracts like. So if at one time you liked distorted feminine energy, you didn't recognize that there was another way to do it, you're learning from that mistake, right? And now some of you have elevated, like graduated, and you recognize that you're in a different cycle, you're in a different phase, and you want something else. Something that makes you feel at home, more at peace, more with joy. And so you're going to say hasta la vista to that old cycle, taking the trash out and manifesting your dreams now. Manifesting the things you actually like. You're now able to appreciate yourself and your talents. That, yo, I'm a co-creator, and okay, my past, because of where I am in this present moment, I created things that might have been distorted because I didn't know any better. But now I know better, I do better. And so I can learn from these mistakes, right? I can attract better. Things that I appreciate, things that will appreciate me, that will allow me to just be me. Be yourself. I just heard this song I used to like hearing. Shout out to the young man that made that song. What's his name again? It goes, be yourself, king. Just be yourself. It's a rap song, but I'm a singer. I don't really rap. But it's about being yourself. Especially with the Emperor still here on the bottom of the deck. Put on your crown and be yourself. Or whether you're an empress or a queen, whatever. But it's like taking ownership and not waiting. Being able to speak your truth, express yourself. You don't have to put on a show for anyone. If you know you're not slanging and you, whatever it is that's not resonating as your truth. Not allowing you to be you. Because the things you're putting out, if they don't resonate with you, but you're still doing it, thinking it, saying it, being it, then that's what you're attracting. That's what you're saying to the universe you want more of. But you can learn to appreciate those talents and the fact that you're able to learn from your mistakes and that you're now able to flip the script on that, take that garbage that was in, out, and put in things that you like, things that allow you to appreciate your talents. Things that allow you to grow and be yourself. Okay. So what do you have for this message, please? What do you have for this message? Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Okay, we have... Yep, honor your inner knowing. Some of you are going to find yourself moving in a new direction, manifesting dreams that actually balance you out. Many of you may have been in some of you may have been connected to distorted feminine or attracted to distorted feminine energy. You can see it today. It tells us as women, you got to show off everything in order to get attention. You got to put the push-up bra on and put your tits out there and put them short-ass shorts on so your butt cheeks hang out of it and get this BBL and get this sucked out. And no, you ain't supposed to have a double chin, even though that might be natural. No, you need to fit into this mold. Even if it's distorted, this is what's looks good, or this is what's popping, right? Many of you are coming out of letting society or others force you into a box of what feels accepted. You're accepting yourself. You don't have to show everything to still get attention or attract a mate. So many of you are honoring your inner knowing, taking the time to reflect and to see beyond the current situations. You're willing to travel in a new direction, even if it feels uncomfortable. We have the seer here, the traveler. Some of you literally may be traveling, especially with retreat here. Just taking some time to self, to get more grounded and stable. This red covering her head gives me balancing out your chakras, starting from the root all the way to the crown, so that you're more in alignment, having a firmer foundation, able to receive more clarity and wisdom about the direction you want to travel in. You've grown from your mistakes and learned from them, so now you're able to see past certain current situations. And while some of you are on this retreat or wanting to take a retreat, this would be the time to reflect. Or for some of you, as you've created a place of sanctity where you're able to just be, this is where you go into this space to take time to reflect on which direction you want to move into. How do you want to manifest your dreams? What is it you want to say goodbye to? What is it that makes you feel abundant in your life, in your actions, in the directions that you're taking? What makes you feel honorable within self? Especially with the medicine mother here, some of you are also recognizing what needs to be healed. What mindsets, what connections, what situations. Did we do this one? What do you have for this message? Oh, that came out. Water with expression. Some of you are healing the emotions, healing the ability to speak your truth, to express yourself, to be your own unique, to expressing yourself in your own unique way, and not needing someone else's approval or even for them to appreciate it, because you can appreciate yourself. And some of you are, the nasty knot that you're untying is waiting for others to appreciate you. Is there anything else you have for this message? Yep, you're not waiting. You're just making the decision to stand in your truth and be yourself. And this is bringing in abundance for many of you, because you're attracting the things that, because like attracts like, you're attracting what you're putting out. So appreciating yourself is attracting those that appreciate you as well. Making decisions to love yourself is also attracting those that will love you as well. Being honest and truthful with yourself is also attracting those that will speak the truth and are able and willing to also stand in their truth. And we have journey that came out. So this journey, some of you literally, I keep getting maybe going on a retreat. You're going to take a journey somewhere where you're going to be able to recoup, regather, restore, revitalize yourself. Revitalize your mind with the imagination. It's like this trip for some of you now, it could just be metaphorically speaking, and the trip is going within and tapping into your imagination and seeing yourself in those places, seeing yourself feeling more abundant, seeing yourself with the connections, the loving connections, that you want, seeing yourself with a brighter future, seeing yourself more balanced, having balanced relationships. It could be just a journey of the imagination for some of you, because the things we think about and the more you meditate on those thoughts is you putting that energy out, like attracts like, right? The more you imagine and visualize a thing and hold it in your heart, you then will start to speak abundantly about that thing. And when your mind, your actions, and your heart line up, you're sending that energy out, and that's what you get back. For others of you, you literally may take a journey, a retreat somewhere, and this is going to allow that spark to revitalize your imagination and you to be able to see all of those things, the love, the abundance, or just take that moment to self where you're able to pour all of that into yourself and then allows it to ripple out. Like attracts like, and you'll attract that back to you. Okay? But for many of you, this journey is definitely something that you may want to get into. Like I said, it could be just a journey in the mind, sitting in that sacred space, whether this is outside, near a tree, in nature, whether this is in your home, taking the time to sit and use your imagination. Imagination, that's an old song. Love gave you and me. Or is it perfect combination? Okay, I don't know, but I'm hearing imagine. Like as a kid, you used to imagine all kind of things. Allow yourself to freely use your imagination to see and visualize the things you never think you could have. Use your imagination. Why can't you imagine having a relationship where there's equal give and take and you actually love your partner? Like even when you get in an argument, you still like, child, we going through something, but we gonna make up later. Whatever it is, whatever your imagination is drawing you to when it comes to what a abundant relationship would look like. This could also occur even in business. What does the place you go to bring in the revenue for your household, for yourself? What would that environment look like? What is your imagination? And dream big, imagine big, right? You're just imagining, right? So why not go all out? Why not go for the gusto? Go for the gold, baby. Imagination. What does it look like if you had family and relationships, connection with your children? How do you imagine the connections between you and your children being? Why not have a little bit of fun with imagination? What do you have for this message? Imagination. Love gave you to me. Thank you. Thank you. So for some of you, this imagination or taking time to imagine is going to assist you with purifying your thoughts, purifying your emotions. And some of you may even need to do some purification to assist you with the things you've been imagining. Some of you may take this journey or retreat to one of those retreats that help you purify your body, like a detox. That's what I was getting at. One of those detox retreats. I actually think there's one going on. Well, anyway, you can look it up. But people are hosting these retreats all the time where you either eat, like fruits and vegetables, or you may eat nothing, or whatever. You learn to make healthier food. There's something about purifying, taking the time to purify body, mind, and then that allows for the soul to feel that much more pure as well. And it allows for the imagination. Maybe some of you need to imagine being able to see yourself purified in mind, body, and thoughts. Okay, to go with the ebbs and the flows. So after this purification, many of you may find it easier to go with the ebbs and flows. Reflecting again. There's something about taking that time to reflect, taking that time to imagine, taking this time to reflect on what needs to be purified. Again, what needs to be taken out, taking the trash out, so that you can clear that space and allow things to flow more freely. What do you have for this message, please? What do you have for this message? Going with the ebbs and flows so that you're able to see beyond the current situation. And many of you are divinely guided, being divinely guided for a retreat, to retreat within self, being divinely guided and lovingly supported towards love, to feel more balanced, to have more harmony, to tap into the abundance of manifesting your dreams. Abundance twice. So it's like if the divine isn't reiterating that there is an abundant energy around you, and this abundance is card number 1, if you can see that there. And then this abundance is card number 28. So 28 could be significant. I'm hearing 1, 2, 8, but I don't have my phone here. The 2 and the 8 is also 10, which totals 1 again. So 1, 11, 28 could be very significant for some of you. But there's this energy of fortune, good fortune, wealth, plenty, and abundance. And as I said, abundance is not just about material wealth. It is in all else aspects of life, in your connections with open heart connection here. Abundant with being able to feel your heart being open, not a bleeding heart to where you just don't have any boundaries, but where you're able to not feel like a victim or feel fear of having your heart open, where you're not focused on loss of a relationship or loss financially or lack financially. Because the more you focus on that, the more you're calling that in. So it's time to summon your power back, trust your instincts, and have some control over your thoughts, learn from your mistakes, and stand in your courage. Show your strength. For some of you, this is having the fierceness within family, the courage to imagine having that family, summoning the power within you to have the connections, the open heart connections, not where you feel in fear, where you feel like a victim, where you're afraid of being victimized because you opened your heart to someone, but feeling and trusting, receiving the abundance, tapping into an abundance mindset, using joy and appreciating your talents to tap into this abundant mindset. Because there's 2 types of mind you can have. You could have a scarcity mindset where you're focused on loss and lack, and then lack attracts like, so you'll call in more loss and more lack. Or you can tap into the abundance mindset and learn to appreciate the things that are occurring within this current situation, right, in the present moment, and then seeing how you can take these present moment situations, release lack and fear, trust your instincts, and summon the power within you by finding things that bring you joy, by letting go of feeling like just because you made a mistake, everything's gone wrong. No, you can learn from that mistake and learn how to not make that mistake again. What do you have for this message? Thank you. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? And one got left on the table. I'm going to take this one too. Inspiration. What inspires you? If you focus on the things that inspire you, on the bottom of the deck we have universal light and then family peeking out there. So again, for some of you, this has to do with family and you feeling more abundant within family. This has to do with you connecting to the wisdom of the universe and recognizing that The vibration you're sending out into the universe is what you're attracting. Like attracts like. So when you connect, find, imagine things that inspire you, things that bring you joy, things that make you feel at home and at peace within self, then you attract more of that energy. When you tap into your creativity, this is the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra, the energy center for creativity and inspiration. What makes you feel inspired? And tapping more into that, doing more of that, listening to more of that, speaking more of that inspiration, that joy. Because you could take your creativity and creatively destroy yourself with your words, creatively tear things down with your thoughts. Or you can tap into the creatively focus on loss and lack and feeling like a victim. Or you can flip the coin on that, flip the script, and tap into the abundance mindset of that and use that creativity to create more joy, more laughter, more love, more abundance in mind on all levels, aspects, all levels and aspects of your life. Okay, so I think we're going to wrap this up. Do you have anything for this? What do you have for this message, please? What do you have for this message? Last time, what do you have for this message? Okay, nothing. I thought so. Okay, so we're going to grab some crystal cards, and I'm going to take this one because it came right out, and then I'm going to see what else we have. And this is the zoisite. The zoisite is a crystal that helps you to tune into your emotions. What other crystals do we have that could assist us with this message of abundance and self-mastery as we take the trash out? What crystals do you have? But zoisite helps you to tune into your emotions, right? And zoisite is a stone that helps you break through the trauma, especially when it comes to distorted feminine energy, whether you were one or whether you're connected to one, okay? Zoisite is that crystal that can help dissipate any distorted feminine energy, dissipate any trauma. It assists you with releasing anxiety and worry when it floods your mind. Zoisite's a crystal that will assist you in your meditation, and it allows you to use its celestial energy to let go of any frustration or anxiousness within self, okay? Any other crystals for this message before we wrap it up? Anything else? Last time, anything else? Thank you. Okay, thank you. And then we have the pegmatite. And this is a crystal that also has a very specific vibration in that it reaches into your spiritual self. See, when you have the self-mastery, pegmatite is a crystal, that will assist you with tapping into your spiritual self. It will assist you with your self-mastery because it helps you to bring out your hidden talents and your skills. It helps it rise to the surface. Things you didn't even know you were able to do, like shapeshift for some of you. Any feelings of inadequacy you may have been feeling around your gifts, around love, around being able to actually manifest your dreams and manifest abundance. Pegmatite is a crystal that can assist you with magnifying your energy so that any of those feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt are lifted. And it helps you to open your heart chakra so that you can allow the abundance and the love to flow, okay? Any last messages as we're wrapping this up? Any last guidance and or insight? Thank you for the wisdom that comes forward. Thank you for the clarity. Wow. Anything else? Anything else? Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. So some of you may be taking this retreat, going within. And remember I said, it could be an inner journey where you go within, you seek the wisdom about attracting what you're attracting in the what you are sending out into the universe, so you can take the trash out, and then what you'll be receiving, because like attracts like, right? So whether this is going within, Hermit here, or whether this is actually going on a retreat. We also have so many. The Death card, the Emperor showing again, and we still had that on the bottom of this deck. Interesting. With the Temperance behind that one. All right. The Emperor, okay, the Death card, the Emperor, the Ten of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. And then we had the Two of Wands come out by itself. Okay, so some of you, it's time for a transformation. You're putting an end to whatever doesn't make you feel abundant. You're taking the trash out, and you're taking control now. You're not focused on what hurt, who put the swords in your back. You're resting now, making a decision, a choice to move forward with your life so that you can be abundant in all aspects of your life. Physically, mentally, spiritually, family, friends, connections. You're learning from your mistakes. And you're making plans to focus and set the intention to attract now what you like. This Queen of Wands and this King of Wands are looking at each other. Now, take it as it resonates. Some of you, there's like, I got like 4 different scenarios going on here. Some of you are putting an end to being connected to a distorted feminine. You're looking at things and you're recognizing that this is where you receive the Ten of Swords, and where you made your mistakes, where you feel rejected, left out in the cold, but you're learning from these mistakes now, right? Some of you, you've learned from your mistakes and you're just moving forward with making plans and intentions, with finding mates, partnerships, love, connections where you feel abundant, where things feel like it's Ten of Pentacles. That's everything. That's everything. That's home. That's life. That's love. That's money, abundance. That's business. That's legacy. That's everything. And instead of being where you're constantly running things in your mind, when you're awake it's in your mind, when it's not, it's like it's time to put an end to that, feeling left out in the cold, feeling rejected. And for some of you, this is stuff that's happening in your mind, But what you're constantly focusing on is what you're constantly calling in. So it's time to clear your mind of certain things, set plans and intentions to focus, to change your vibration, to learn from your mistakes, and be okay with letting go of ego, because your ego is simply trying to help you sustain, but it can only draw from the past. It wants to keep you safe and protected, right? Sometimes stepping out of that comfort zone of the ego is what's going to be necessary, because the ego is drawing from what happened in the past. 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords. It doesn't know how to rest and allow the flow to happen. But many of you are making the plans, setting the intentions to manifest your dreams, to tap into wealth, plenty, and abundance. Balancing yourself out, saying goodbye to the trash, to what doesn't deserve you, to any distorted energy, to not trusting yourself, and now being yourself, appreciating your talents, and reflecting on things as you now move with the ebbs and flows. Go with the flow and honor your inner knowing. Some of you have made the decision to move, making plans and intentions in a new direction. Okay? And it's taking courage. It is. It's taking you to tapping into that strength and summoning your power. But you can do it, right? Sometimes we all have to move in a new direction, and that's okay too. So that's been today's message. I want to thank you guys for joining me, Tonae Star, with Tonae Star Enterprises, where we stand on business. And this has been another voyage of the Enterprise to the 5D and beyond. As I say, always shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you are still amongst the stars. Use your imagination like you did as a child, and allow it to take you on a journey of your mind where anything is possible. Right? We're co-creators that are able to manifest dreams. So always, 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 yes, always let your light shine bright. Thank you for joining me, and your likes, your shares, and your subscribes are always greatly appreciated, especially if you made it to this point in the video. Thank you again for joining me. See you on the next one.